So as some of you that have followed me for a while, some of my first videos were about like the moon landing or lack thereof. And you know, I used to be a person that was into like fucking outer space and shit like that, but I just, you know, came to the realization one day, God just kind of revealed to me a couple different things. You know, I remember driving through the desert towards Roswell, New Mexico on my way to Vegas when I was 20-something years old, around 19, 20 years old, and, you know, going out towards Area 51 later on, and, you know, I looked, you know, as I came to the realization that the Earth is an enclosed system and that nobody's going anywhere and nobody's going to the moon or Mars, for a variety of reasons. So Area 51, I'll just start with Roswell, is a classic textbook of like, I call it like, it's almost like female media modulation, because what they do is they get you to, you know, they start here, flip it back around, and then go back to there. So they start with, you know, it was a weather balloon or a UFO or whatever. Then they go back to, no, it was a weather balloon, just to get you to go thinking, no, it had to be a UFO. That is textbook media manipulation of, that's how this government operates. And they make up a bunch of fake things like, I forget the specific names of these programs, but they'll have people talk about they've seen a craft and it was, you could tell it was made off planet and it was alive, and you know, just I forget, I want to say D12, but that's Eminem's The Majestic program or whatever. They just make shit up, and all of these people, most of them are CIA assets and groups and other secret societies at the highest levels. Their jobs are to lie. Like the Canadian Prime Minister, though, who passed, wasn't lying when he said that aliens have been in contact with us and have been communicating with our governments, because the Bible says the same thing, but they're not aliens. So what I came to realize is, you take the Roswell thing, then you take the Bob Lazar. So Bob Lazar is saying, you know, he was shot at, you know, he's seen XYZ, and it's a fantastic science, sci-fi. I love the whole fucking story. It's captivating, leaves you on the edge of the seat. Unfortunately, the edge of your seat, unfortunately, is not true. Because if Area 51 was what it says it is, you would never know about it. And Bob Lazar, who claims to have been shot at, there's zero proof that ever happened. One, if they shot at you, they want you dead. You know what I mean? And if they want you dead, you're dead. That's all there is to it. I mean, they killed a fucking president. Do you know what I mean? Who is Bob Lazar? A whistleblower of the highest magnitude, and yeah, they're going to just let you go after missing you with gunfire in no police reports, no anything, whatever. Why? Now you're going to come back to, well, why would they lie about this? They have been grooming us. Satan has had thousands of years to groom us on how to present aliens to us, because if you called them demons, you would have to believe in God. If you call them aliens, you can just make shit up as you go along. The Bible says that the angels were cast out of heaven, the fallen angels, those are the aliens. Now, once I put that, I don't know, no one ever explained it to me like that. And once you realize in the Bible, the first couple paragraphs of the Bible, I believe the first paragraph or a couple chapters, there is no outer space in the Bible. Outer space is underwater. So, and it says there's a covering over the earth, a solid covering that separates the water above from the water below. So as much as I, at one time, was going to have a whole arm filled with rockets and bullshit and all of that stuff, you know, I came to the realization that it's not true. And I'm going to start making a couple videos about it, because I've had a couple emails that said you used to talk about this stuff more and now you don't, and it's not because I've been compromised or anything like that. It's just I've talked about it so much. But they're going to use demons. The guy that was in Roswell, the one commander, whatever his name is, he's dead now, but he said after Roswell, you noticed we came up with all this technology. Now, in the scientifical thing, they call it the Anunnaki, and the Anunnaki is their alien that showed us technology. And in Masonry and Freemasonry and Luciferian textbooks, Lucifer is the bringer of flame, the bringer of light. That's why the lightning bolt, as Lucifer fell from heaven like a lightning bolt, that's why a lightning bolt is used as his symbol. So just wanted to make a quick video because my email address is ufoguy51@yahoo. I look through some of my old videos and go, God, what the hell was I watching? I was on drugs, you know, and I fell in love with the alien thing because it just was so cool. Like, man, there's got to be, you know, other life out there. Well, there absolutely is. You know, and I believe Project Bluebeam is a controlled leak. You know, it's bullshit, but they're going to use holograms, and I believe that's why they're coming out of the water, is because they're easier to conceal. And I believe there's probably some high-tech drones, and I do believe the government, you know, you look at the symbols of the government, New World Order symbols, Egyptian symbols, pyramids, all, you know, like, you know, it's hard to break down in 6 minutes, but anyways, this is where I would start. Bob Lazar is a liar. He's an actor. He's an asset, same as Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan started with the liking the moon landing, then he's like, oh, there's no way they went, and da-da-da-da-da, then he flip-flopped. That's what they do to get you to go, oh, because that's what a normal person would do. They would rationalize, irrationalize, and he's thinking it out, and he's using his, you know, charisma, if you will, to influence people. And it's all, I was waiting for the day, and I knew the day would come. As a child, when I was a kid, I was interested in sci-fi movies. I knew the day was going to come where they were going to acknowledge aliens and UFOs and stuff. Little did I know at the time that they were going to be a demonic force, you know. So agree, disagree, leave your comments below, all that stuff.